come, but I did anyway. And it's news time now with Bill Shope coming in to give us an update. 7:32 is our time. We're up to 61 degrees. This news is brought to you by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, where it's always care, compassion, and the roadmap to your recovery. Once again, here's Bill Shope.
Hey, Mark, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I hope your weekend is going to get off to a great start. At yesterday's Scioto County Commissioners meeting, Commissioner Brian Davis was a no-show once again, this time for the second consecutive week. I asked his fellow Commissioner Merritt Smith if he had had any communication from Commissioner Davis.
I received a text before the meeting today saying that he would not be here. He would basically said that he was taking a personal day. And I don't know even what that means, but he said he would not be here. He was taking a personal day. And that was the only communication that I've received from him.
I asked Commissioner Scotty Powell the same thing. Here's Commissioner Powell's response.
So we don't, as elected officials, we actually don't have vacation days or personal days. It's a matter of are we showing up to work or not. I can say that this office is, since the indictments, this office has not heard from Commissioner Davis.
Meanwhile, a petition is being passed around by residents in the First Ward of the city of Portsmouth concerning the Riverfront Development Project. I reached out to First Ward Councilman Sean Dunn for an explanation.
On Friday of last week, residents along Front Street and Second Street were made aware of plans to remove sections of the old flood wall as part of the Riverfront Development Project. These residents are all in support of the project, but they are alarmed by threats to public safety with the removal of the old flood wall, which they argue still helps reduce chances of flooding in that area of the city. They would like the city to address that issue and revise the plan slightly while still going forward with the project, and have circulated petitions asking the city to meet with them and to hear their concerns.
Councilman Dunn added that citizens in his ward are also concerned about another flood protection issue.
In another area of the city along Richardson Road, residents have expressed concern about the status of a support wall that's holding up a hillside that has been called a ticking time bomb. Residents are asking for more urgent actions to address this, as the collapse of that wall could be catastrophic for that area, as there's a large spring located underneath that hillside, and the movement of that water in that amount of land would be highly destructive for that area.
Now, when Portsmouth City Council gathers together this coming Monday, September 8th, council members will be interviewing applicants for the vacant Fifth Ward seat on council. Now, this is necessary due to Joey Sandlin's election to the Scioto County Treasurer's office. Now, during the legislative portion of the meeting, a first reading will be given to an ordinance proposing the allotment of $25,000 for tree removal in Green Lawn Cemetery, along with a request to be passed as an emergency due to safety concerns. Meanwhile, a man accused of a murder in Lucasville appeared virtually in court yesterday for an arraignment. James Ruggles, 33, is facing multiple charges in connection to the death of 59-year-old Rocky Jordan of Portsmouth. In court Thursday, a judge ruled that he'll be held in jail without bail. Now, Ruggles' preliminary court appearance will take place on Wednesday, September 10th. And Shane Tiemann, Scioto County prosecutor, revealed the Scioto County grand jury met recently and returned 16 public indictments. Defendants indicted included Dallas Clark, age 25, of Lucasville, who was indicted on numerous drug charges, along with conspiracy and tampering with evidence. Tyle Baker, age 20, of Wheelersburg, was indicted on charges of gross sexual imposition, sexual battery, and public indecency. And Christopher D'Souza, age 51, of Portsmouth, was indicted on 3 counts of telecommunications fraud, theft, and misdemeanor theft. For Mix 99.3 News, I'm Bill Shope.
To your understanding with this, as far as picking Joey Sandlin's replacement on council, how quickly will they move on that? Will they make that? You think they'll make that decision on Monday, or will this?
I think they will.
Yeah.
I think they will. Now, what's going to be interesting is, are they going to vote for someone that hasn't applied to run in the election? So, because if they do, and that person's selected, then you're going to have 2 Fifth Ward councilmen in the span of a couple of months. Which that's happened before.
Sure.
But, yeah, I expect them to make a decision. They have
you figure they'll make it pretty quick. You don't want to leave that vacant for too long. Certainly.
Right. Now, the question is, if they're chosen on Monday, because there's an executive session Monday, and that's right out of the gate. to interview the candidates. So it's obvious, they're going to move on this as quickly as what city charter allows them to do. And, let's see what happens. And if they do choose a person Monday, they're going to be allowed to vote. I mean, I know a lot of school boards and things, just through my personal experience, if you appoint a new school board member, they're appointed, not elected, but appointed, then they usually sit out that meeting until the next meeting. I mean, and for good cause, because they may not know, all the
Get them up to speed on the issues.
Exactly, yeah.
Right.
So, but we operate under a city ordinance instead of the High Revised Code, so let's see what happens.
We'll see what happens. All right, Bill, and I know you'll be right on top of it with all the coverage.
Got my catcher's mitt on. I'm waiting now.
All right, Bill Shope in with this update of news brought to you by Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates. Chuck will be in with sports next.
The health and well-being of the community when it comes to cancer care and the cure is a name that's legendary. His name is Dr. Inishida. At Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates of Portsmouth, they're always there to think way ahead of the curve to provide the absolute latest in care treatments and that personal one-on-one service that today is so rare. With Dr. Inishida and King's Daughters, they owe their success to the many forward-thinking community members and great volunteers who have all helped shape King's Daughters and Dr. Inishida as their first choice from patients and families who choose them for the most critical time in their life, when that absolute right decision must be made. For more information, from screenings to treatment, contact Dr. Inishida by calling 353-4884 or stop by and meet their incredibly helpful staff at 916 11th Street in Portsmouth. With Dr. I and Portsmouth Cancer Care and Associates, that's where the care, compassion, and the roadmap to your cure begin.
Chuck Greenslade in with another check of sports. So this update brought to you by Collier Home Medical. They are expanding their business opportunities. Collier is to include Collier Home Medical, a local durable medical equipment company. Collier Home Medical offers free home setup of a variety of home medical equipment located at 1661 State Route 522 in Wheelersburg. That's at Collier Corner across from Kroger. Call Collier Home Medical at 740-574-0327. And once again, with this update of sports, Chuck Greenslade.
Thank you, Mark. Let's begin with college football. The top-ranked Ohio State Buckeyes will return to action tomorrow to host Grambling for a 3:30 kickoff at the Horseshoe. You'll be able to tune into that contest on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM. Coverage will get underway at 2 o'clock. As for other regional college football teams in action tomorrow, the Kentucky Wildcats will welcome 20th-ranked Ole Miss to Lexington for a 3:30 kickoff. The Marshall Thundering Herd will entertain Missouri State tomorrow evening at 6. The Cincinnati Bearcats will host Bowling Green for a 3:30 kick. Miami of Ohio will visit Rutgers tomorrow afternoon at 3:30, and the Ohio University Bobcats will entertain Rich Rodriguez and the West Virginia Mountaineers tomorrow for a 4 o'clock kickoff at Peden Stadium in Athens. Rio Grande will be in action tomorrow playing Georgetown. That contest will be played at Jackson High School and will kick off at 3:30. The NFL season got underway last night with the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles defeating the Cowboys 24-20. Philly quarterback Jalen Hurts threw for 152 yards and ran for a couple touchdowns. Eagles defender Jalen Carter was ejected prior to the first snap of the game for spitting in the face of Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott. Tonight, the Chiefs will visit the Chargers at 8 o'clock. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns begin their seasons on Sunday. They will play each other up on the lake. That'll be a 1 o'clock kickoff in Cleveland. That Bengals-Browns game will be televised on Fox. In high school football, we have made it to week 3 in both the Buckeye State and the Bluegrass. Here's what's on tap for this evening. The Total Media Group of Portsmouth will present 3 games live. Here on Mix 99.3, you'll be able to tune in as the Wheelersburg Pirates play at the Jackson Ironmen. That'll be a 7:30 kickoff. Coverage will start at 7 o'clock. The other 2 games we will be broadcasting this evening both kick off at 7, meaning the pre-games will start at 6:30. On Classic Rock 107.5 The Breeze, you'll be able to tune in as the Valley Indians host the Piketon Red Streaks. Both are unbeaten heading into tonight's clash in Lucasville. And on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM this evening, you'll hear the Portsmouth Trojans welcome the Greenup County Musketeers to the Coliseum. That Greenup County at Portsmouth game this evening will be video streamed by Cool TV. To watch that, you can simply go to yourtotalmedia.com/WNXT, and there will be a link to that game. Elsewhere around the area tonight, Ironton will visit Cincinnati McNicholas. South Gallia will host Eastern Meigs. Greene will be back in action after a week off to host Manchester. River Valley will play at Sims Valley. Northwest will host Chesapeake. Minford will entertain Eastern Pike. West will host Hillsboro. Waverly will visit Unioto. Rock Hill will play at Oak Hill. Fairland will host Fairfield Union. The Gallia Academy will visit Point Pleasant, West Virginia. South Point will host Wellston. Colgrove will go to Nelsonville, York. And tomorrow, the East High Tartans will welcome Huntington Ross to Sciotoville. Also tomorrow, the Notre Dame Titans will play at Fisher Catholic. High school football fans, we invite you to begin your day tomorrow by tuning in to the Saturday Morning Sports Line. Starting at 9 o'clock, hear what Scioto County's high school football coaches have to say about their players and programs. After a couple weeks on WNXT2, we are slated to be back on Fox Sportsmouth 95.7 FM in the morning. Sticking with high school sports, in boys soccer yesterday, Waverly was a 3-1 winner over Portsmouth. Wheelersburg shut out Russell 4-0. South Webster was victorious over Valley 6-1. West and Ripley played to a scoreless tie. Clay shut out Western Pike 7-0. Ironton St. Joe knocked off New Boston 9-0. Chesapeake was a 3-2 winner over Ironton, and Jackson defeated Logan Elm 4-0. In girls soccer, Russell was a 5-2 winner over Wheelersburg. Valley defeated Waverly 8-1. Ironton prevailed over Chesapeake 7-2, and the Gallia Academy doubled up on Piketon 4-2. In girls high school volleyball yesterday, Unioto was a winner over Piketon in 3 games. Jackson defeated Chesapeake in 5. Waverly was a winner over Miami Trace in 4. The Gallia Academy defeated Wheelersburg in 5. South Webster topped Rock Hill in 3. Valley was a winner over Portsmouth in 4 games. Notre Dame knocked off Northwest in 3. Oak Hill ousted Ironton St. Joe in 3 games. Western Pike was triumphant over Clay in 5, and Sims Valley defeated Greene in 5 games. The Cincinnati Reds were off yesterday. They will host the Mets this evening for a 6:40 first pitch. We won't have tonight's Reds game because of high school football, but we should have tomorrow's game right after the Ohio State contest and Sunday's game. Tomorrow's first pitch will also be at 6:40, and Sunday's game will start at Great American Ballpark beginning at 1:40. Heading into this weekend, Cincy is 500, 70 up and 70 down. The Reds are 5 games out in the National League wild card standings. If they're going to make a move, it's got to start right now. And finally, the NASCAR Cup Series will race at Gateway International Raceway in Madison, Illinois on Sunday, where the green flag will fly at 3 o'clock. And that is a look at sports.
Yeah, and we're talking a 16-6, 17-5 type of move over these last 22 games for the Reds.
And that needs to start with 3 wins over the New York Mets, who are ahead of the Reds in the wild card standings.
Yeah. And the bad thing is they let everybody else catch up with them, Arizona and San Francisco, those teams. So
where's the pitching gone, Mark?
I don't know.
The offense has been great this past week, but where is that pitching gone?
That's what's that phrase? That's baseball. Yep. All right, the sports brought to you by Call Your Home Medical.
Collier Home Medical is expanding to open a second office in Grayson, Kentucky. Collier is a local durable medical equipment company providing and offering free setup of home medical equipment. Collier tends to home oxygen, portable oxygen, hospital beds, wheelchairs, rollators, walkers, and more. Collier Home Medical, now with offices at 1661 State Route 522 Wheelersburg, as well as at 146 South Carroll Malone Boulevard, Grayson. Call Berg at 740-574-0327. Phone the Grayson office to make an appointment at 740-981-6343. Collier Home Medical.
And another update of traffic for you, brought to you by our good friends at the Scioto River. Hey, you can download the OGO app, be the first to know with the OGO app. Before you take off, drivers get real-time traffic updates, personalized route notifications, and you can view live traffic cameras and get accurate delay times. That's the OGO app. Real-time Ohio traffic. Coming up on next week, on Monday, there'll be road resurfacing, county crew work at Reardon Creek Road on Monday and Tuesday in Reardon Township. Traffic will be maintained with the use of flaggers. They'll also move on down the way to Big Spruce Little Bear Creek Road in Brush Creek and Union Township on a Wednesday and Thursday of next week. Lane restrictions still in place for all the roads that you are familiar with. That is an update of traffic brought to you by the Scioto River.
Whether a service of the Counseling Center's Therapy Through Play, helping children grow with age-appropriate play therapy for emotional well-being. Phone 740-354-KIDS. Online at thecounselingcenter.org.
WSAZ First Alert forecast. Your Friday will heat up. Temperature is going to reach the upper 80s, near 90 degrees. Storm threat increases late into your evening, into the overnight hours as well, with lingering showers in store for your Saturday, may linger through the mid to late afternoon. I'm WSAZ meteorologist Dylan Godet.
Mixing it up in the morning with Steve.